Welcome back to the Johnny Gets Cash channel and to the 7th part of my Daihatsu Fourtrak restoration series. Last time you saw me build a subframe to support the body of the Fourtrak whilst I carry out all necessary repairs. You also saw me remove the plastic overarches to reveal just how bad the bodywork was beneath. Unsurprisingly, it was in a terrible state, but it wasn't bad enough to deter me from continuing with the restoration, so in this part, watch as I start the massive fight back against the rust and previous repairs. I may as well take the bull by the horns and start with the offside rear arch, as this is by far the worst part of the body. Not only will I be cutting out rust, I'll also be removing and redoing any previous repairs that I come across. Okay, time for a quick update. I've been cutting out a lot of the rot, as you see. I've also cut out some previous bad repairs. Unfortunately, the more you look, the more you find, and so lots and lots has had to be cut out. Now, I know this looks precarious, but I do have the body supported on a jack. Basically, I'm still cutting away. You can see there's lots of feathery edges to get rid of still. I'm still digging away at the bad stuff. I have started on the absolute worst side, obviously. The arch is still not fully cut out, but a large chunk of it is. Eventually this has got to connect to the floor, which is no longer there. The floor will connect to the side of the body and to what we'll make out to be the new sill eventually. But I mean, you can see here is a good example of how bad things are. There's a lot of work to do still. As I said, the more you look, the more you find. I said it in the last episode that I think most sane people will walk away from this. And to be honest, normally I would. If I'd known it was going to be as bad as this originally, I know I probably would have still bought the truck, to be honest, but I would have factored in a lot more time to do it. So yeah, I'm not going to give up on it. We'll make it happen. But rather than film every single process, I'm just trying to show you bits in between, and I'll check in with you occasionally and show you what I'm dealing with. But right now, we have got an unsupported support member here. Very, very rotten floor. Mostly missing arch. Inner arch not connected to the floor. The list goes on and on. So I can't speak for too long. I need to crack on and get a bit more done, and I'll catch up with you again in a bit. Right then guys, time for a quick update. It's been lots and lots of work. As expected, there was lots of hidden issues. So the angle I've come from is, I'm not only cutting out the rust and the bad stuff. If I come across a repair that I think isn't good enough, I'm getting rid of it and doing it again. So obviously that means there is a lot of work to be done. I was hoping by the end of today to have this rear arch finished, tubbed and connected back into the body. However, because of what I've just said, not just fixing the rust, but obviously previous bad repairs, it's taken a little longer than I'd expected. But it's not the end of the world, I suppose. I shouldn't be too surprised. Looking at the state of this thing before I did the repairs on this arch, it's really not too bad. I did start with this arch because it is, of course, the worst one. Might as well start with the worst one, then you can only go up, can't you? So far, everything's tacked, nothing's stitched. Eventually, all the tacks you see will be fully welded, seam sealed, before being fully protected, stone chipped, painted, etc. So we've got this inner arch connected to the floor of the Fourtrak. There is some rust issues to deal with underneath the floor pan. That's why you can see the odd blow through. That will be sorted when the body is up on the lift and I can get underneath and sort it properly. But for now, this is connected to the floor once more. I had to cut out quite a lot more of the floor than originally anticipated. Not at the end of the world. I haven't recreated all of the floor reinforcements, let's say. One or two I've had to, just to make the repair panels fit. But because this isn't a concours restoration, I'm not going down the route of making the floor look exactly like it would out of the factory. More the angle I'm coming from is that I want it to be strong and future-proof. So that's basically what I'm doing. Obviously, everything will be seam sealed, stone chipped, painted, and then I'll have carpets over it anyway, so it'll never be seen. So as long as it's solid and future-proof, I'm happy. So in this rear arch, you can see, although we're not attached to the main part of the body, it is now thoroughly attached to the floor. So this body mount here is it's not trying to rip away from everything. I haven't really started on the sill yet, but I've cut out a lot of bad stuff, and for now I've put in just a little bit of a work panel. So the floor is attached to the arch is attached to the rear floor. That's pretty good. Where I'm at right now, I've just had to cut out a little bit more. The rear seat mounts go here. They were, of course, rotten. You can see on this one, which I haven't changed yet, how bad they are. It's because there's 2 layers of metal, and obviously salt and dirt, everything gets caught in between there, and that's what caused it to rust from the inside out. That one I've cut out and replaced. I've only just bolted this back in now just to make sure my measurements were correct. Thankfully they were. This rear section of the arch also had to come out and be changed. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this very, very back corner quite yet. I'll probably cut that down a little and sort that from the inside of the arch. But in order to do that, there's a bit more to cut out, of course. It's a Fourtrak, of course there's more to cut out. I haven't moved any of this really bad stuff yet, but that's that curved panel I just showed you. So what I'll do, once this is out of the way, I'll have much better access to seam weld this, protect everything, seam seal, blah, blah, blah. Now, ignore this rusty old thing. That again is because I'm just making sure my measurements were correct on the mountings for the rear seats. That will be getting replaced, but the repair panel here is solid. That one is the one that's yet to be done. Again, I'll probably do that once I've cut this panel out. Again, once I've cut this out, I've got to repair the quarter panel. So there's loads and loads to do still. So this hasn't been a hugely long episode because there is just so much to do all the time. But hopefully this is at least something to keep you going, to see that I am pushing the project forward. I haven't given up on it. Next time I'll be doing a lot more. Hopefully I'll be finishing this back corner. Then I can move on to the other areas, including this sill, which is I've cut out a lot more of it, but it's still shocking, isn't it? So there's lots more to see. I'll be sure to get that to you as soon as possible. But for now, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.